all the inline styling has been moved to the next the CSS file index.css. So have you, Irasto and Ramchandraji, have you been able to do that?
Yes, Nilesh.
Okay. Or would you
Yeah.
please share your screen and if
Sure.
we can. Yes. So.
So changed
Yes,
it.
I can see. So you've given the classes and yes. Alright, there is no inline styling. That's absolutely what it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Um,
And the
so,
code also is
yes.
working fine.
Yeah, it's yeah. All right, yes. And index. Can you show me the
Sure.
index.css? Okay, so you've used the class
Yeah.
attribute. You've given the class, and that's okay. Absolutely fine. Nice. And okay, the
But
code is also running.
yeah, Nilesh. But
Yes.
I
Any
forgot
doubt?
to save. I mean, I forgot to save as. Instead, I worked on the original file, and then that file is completely gone now. So that
The
where everything was in line.
oh so you made the changes inside the
Yeah, the
the
original
file
file.
itself.
Yeah, yeah.
No worry. Yes, that's what it had to be. So that's fine. We had to edit the same file. We
Okay.
didn't have to make another new project. So
Okay.
that's absolutely fine.
Okay.
So what we are actually doing is we are preparing for JavaScript mainly, and HTML is, if I can say this, and I hope I'm not too much off on this. HTML is pretty easy, and we can remember things. And even if we forget, as soon as they come in front of us, the syntax and all, we instantly get the idea that yes, that's what it can do. It's pretty self-explaining, self-explanatory kind of language. So we can just, yeah. So we don't have to you know stockpile the previous codes and all these things. We can dynamically practice on the same file,
Okay.
and that's absolutely fine. Okay, thank you, Rasto.
Thank you, Nilesh.
Ramchandraji, have you been able to do it, or
No,
have you faced any?
I am not done it. I will do
Okay.
it.
Okay, so have you been able to do the previous project that I mean, not moving the CSS into the
Yeah,
next file?
it's done.
So you have been able to use the anchor tag and all. You
Yes,
were able
yes,
to give the link. Okay. Would you please share your screen to show me
yes,
that?
yes.
And if any problem you faced there, you can please discuss. Okay. Yes.
And this is
So okay, this is the code. So there is inline styling, as we can see. Would you please go on the web page?
yeah.
Yes. Okay, so everything looks fine. You use the box shadow. You use the iframe padding and border, red border. Oh, that's fine. And in the link, if you know you're able to distinguish the
Yeah,
difference between, yeah. So can you please tell me what is missing in this your design of the link? Any, if you can spot the difference. I mean, if you would go on the your next tab, the project zero tab on your browser. Yes, this one. And if you would open this, yes, this one. So can you spot the difference between?
yeah. This one and the
Yes.
links background.
Yes.
Okay, I will do. Hello.
Hello,
Yeah,
hello. Can you?
Neeraj.
I'm so sorry. The internet got
Yeah.
uh, pretty messed up, I guess. So can you hear me now?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yeah,
So remember we talked about padding earlier.
yes,
Understand the concept of padding?
yes.
So yes. Can you please just explain it in one or two lines? Like the distance between content and border, right?
Yes.
So that's what is missing. So can you do it right now? Can you give padding to the buttons right now?
Yeah. I will in this I will add the padding also.
But yeah, you have given the padding, but syntax is wrong. Look, you haven't used the colon, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you had the concept in your mind, but you just
Yes.
forgot to you know put up this colon. Okay, so restore for now.
Yeah, it's very big.
Okay, yeah. So you
Uh,
can now edit them, and okay,
yeah.
you can do them. You do this later, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that's absolutely fine. And so Ramchandra, please try to move this um, the inline styling into the next file.
Okay.
So you've given this to only one uh, what to say link.
I will.
Yes, I mean yeah, this one is correct. And on the 24th line, you can remove the space between 20 and px pixel. We don't give space between unit and the magnitude.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's fine, and they will overlap now. But you can give margin, or you can give br more brs to
Okay.
separate them away. Yes. So thank you, Ramchandraji. I guess you will move the CSS to the new file, and if you face any problem, we can always discuss this or anything on WhatsApp group. So today, what I'm planning to discuss is that's working now. So that's great. Um, Also, there is something called text decoration in CSS.
Okay.
Please keep that in mind and see what that does to the link. If we put text decoration to none or the things, so just give it a little research on Google. Okay, so now today we'll talk about tables, HTML tables and HTML lists, right? So if any of you three have already, uh, I mean, have the idea of HTML, what are HTML tables and lists, so they can please make me aware of it, so that I can go on according to that. If Maheshwariji, have you worked on tables and
Yeah, yeah,
lists?
yeah. I know little bit of tables.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And Ramchandraji, have you?
No, I don't have any idea.
Okay, and
I'm
Vastu,
also
have you?
I'm also completely new to this, Nilesh.
Okay, okay, fine. So the HTML tables and lists, these are um, two elements which are used to, structure the uh, data,
Okay.
which are used to format the data, uh, which we're going to show on the screen. So, if I may share my screen, just a minute. Um, the name suggests the purpose of both of these things. And let me just your entire window. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. Mm, yeah. Okay. Oh man, I opened the wrong folder. I'm sorry. I'm just going back again. Front end. Okay, so this is it. So let me just write the code and try to guess what it is doing, and then we'll discuss. Right. So let me remove everything from the body, and let me give it a heading. Name. Okay, if I save this.
Nilesh, we cannot see your screen.
Oh, you can't see?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
we cannot.
Okay. Can you see? Can you see it now?
No,
No.
not.
Oh, still can't see.
Yeah, it's black.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
changed the desktop.
Okay.
Can you see it now?
Yes, Nilesh.
Yes, yes.
Okay, just a second. You will not be able to see it once again, and
Okay.
that's because I'm changing the desktop. Because the folder I opened in VS Code it was actually opened in already
Okay.
the next desktop, so it took me to the next desktop. And okay, now let me open it again here. Can you see this index.html file on your screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so now it is. Okay, if I save this, and let me share my whole screen because right now it's just showing you the code editor only and your entire screen. Okay, so now if I paste the code here, okay, can you see the table web page here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So what I will try to do is I'll try to make a table in which we will put the data of students, right? Student name, student class, student roll number, and their phone number, right? So first of all, we are going to make a table, right? And it will have columns. Columns would be, the first column would be student name, second column would be student class, third would be student roll number, and the fourth column will be his or her phone number. So what we will do is, first of all, we'll make this table element. We'll write the opening tag and closing tag. So inside this table, we will write the rows. So a row is represented by the element tr, right? So it's fixed. Tr. Let's say r means row. To remember it,
Okay.
like table row tr. We open and close it. So now this represents the first row in the table,
Okay.
right? And inside this row, now we do the column thing. We don't write tc. There are two things, th and td. So the only difference is with the formatting. Like so to write into the first column of this row, we use th, and we can use td also in place of th. The only difference is if you use th, the text will be shown in some other font or size. If you use td, the text will be shown in some other font or size.
Okay.
Do you get the difference between th and td?
Yes, Nilesh.
So these are the only four things which we will require to structure the data which I talked about, student data, into a table. So if I write something into it, so let me just write it straight, and then we look on the web page, then it will make more sense. So student name. So in the same row, I want another column which is student class. I want another column. So th represents a column, right? Like not the whole column, just column in this row, the first row. There will be several rows, right? The first row will contain these things. The second row will contain the actual data. Let me just keep it like maybe this student class, student number, student, phone. And if I save this, I go on the screen and I refresh the page. Okay, so there is, okay, let me give some border to it so that we can see. I'm giving the inline, um, what to say, inline styling, right? So to the columns, I'm giving the inline styling. Let's not do it. Let's, because we want this styling to all these THs, right?
Yeah.
So I'm doing
Class.
this. So let me do this in the index.cs file. I will write below everything th, and I'll give border 1 pixel, and give the space solid and black. And if I save this, so it will give border to every th, and there we go. Okay, are you able to
Yeah.
see the difference? And let me also give a border to the table. So I'm just giving the same border to the table also. So you will be able to, and the table's border will be of, let's say RBG, right? So table's border will be of red color. The outermost border will be of red color. Then inside table there are rows, right? TR, and the border of rows will be blue. Let's go with RBG kind of thing so that we can remember. And let's make this, the innermost thing, green. So I hope you get the idea of the hierarchy. The outermost thing is called table.
Red color.
Then there are rows, yes, and then there are columns inside the rows. So let's see. So if I zoom in, oh man, we can't see blue. Okay, so the red one is of the table. So this is the whole table for now. It just has one row, right?
Yeah.
And inside the row there are columns, and the column has green. We can't see blue here.
Yeah.
Let me see why. So I gave it to TR, but still I can't see it. Border 1 pixel solid blue. Okay, let's see TR. Oh, let's make another row and see. Let's see. Another row, and in this row I'm giving TD instead of TH. So you'll be able to see the difference between TH and TD. And you will also, and try to also understand what giving another TR into this column means. So student name, let's make Nilesh. I mean, it's too much. Okay, the second one was class. Let's say is TD means, I'm sorry, roll number. Let's say student phone. And if I save this, so what it will do is it will make another row, right? Another row, and these will be the columns inside it. The first column will have Neelaj, the second column will have 8. And because we want it to be in that way, because okay, let's see. Let me just refresh the page. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
Like the first column, this is the second row. This is the second row. And in this row, we want the first column to be the name, because the first column is supposed to be the name. So that's why I made the first column, which may be either TH or TD. And the first column I made the name, the second column I gave the class, the third column I gave this, and the fourth column I gave this. Any question, any doubt in this thing yet, Ramchandraji and Rasto?
No,
and,
no.
Maheshwariji?
No.
No.
Okay, so that's what we did. But we are not seeing any border on these because we did that only for TH, not TD. Let's do this for TD also. So I think we can give comma separated list of the elements on which you want to apply the CSS. That's also, so it worked. And and still we are not able to see this blue border. That's something which I am confused with. So maybe it's only a also okay. Let's give some padding to table and see padding 10 pixels. And if I refresh this, please try to notice the change. So I gave the padding to table. So in what is inside table? TRs, right? TRs and TD. So this first row is the content, right?
Yes.
The first row is the content. The second row is also the content. So the content is this, and between the content and the border, the distance will be now 10 pixels. It will increase, right? So we gave the padding. It's not actually 10 pixels because if we don't give the padding to it, there is still some distance. So there is still some distance, right? Some little bit of. So when we give padding of 10, it will increase that to 10 plus whatever was earlier. Yes. So it's not absolute 10. It has increased further 10 pixels. So, okay. So now what we are able to distinguish between TH and TD is that TH gives bold font, and that's because we can remember it by TH means heading, H means heading, right? So the heading of the table, the first row is the heading of the table, right? It shows us what this column is going to have, what the next column is going to have. So we maybe sometimes we want it to be in bold letters, and that can be done with TH. So in the first row, again, let's recapitulate this on the go. So this is a table, and inside this table we have a child TR, this TR, and we have a sibling of this TR, another TR, right? And inside these TRs we have columns, the first column, the second column, which can be represented by TH or TD. So TH means T heading, or TD maybe it signifies the TD means, I guess, data. I'm not sure on that, but just remember the TH thing. It's not that much of concern for now. I say this thing repetitively for some concepts, but yes, I mean them, because these things get sorted as soon as we confront uh, these problems and doubts. It's just right there. We just have to give a Google search, and also we can't do it with JavaScript and all this. We can always look for syntax, yes, but in JavaScript those are full scripting languages, and we have to solve a problem with the languages, and sometimes we are unable to, maybe we are the first one to get into that problem. So these things are already there, but in JavaScript we will always focus on how and why. And in HTML, because it's markup language, we can also look for it's all about the syntax, no logic and no scripting, so to say. So TH gives bold font, TD gives normal font. And if we want to add another entry, so what we will do is we will make another row. I heard something. Were you saying something? I guess Ramchandraji. Hello.
No, Nilesh, she
So
was on
nothing,
mute.
nothing, Nilesh.
Okay, sorry. So we give another row, and inside this row we give the first column. We want, let's make all of our. Let's do one by one. Let's give this. So, and let me just copy and paste. I'm just repeating this row thing so that you get the idea. Like we give as many rows as there are records, as much there are records. Right. So um, we have 4 records for now. My record, Erastos, Maheshwari's, and Ramchandraji's. So so all right. So we made extra column which is empty, and let's see what that is. So the first record is fine. It has my name. It is showing up absolutely fine there. Okay, so here in the 45th line we forgot this closing tag for TD. We forgot to close this tag, and that's giving us that error. It is unable to find the closing tag. Right, will work now. So this is a table, right?
Yeah.
We have this column. So remember, the HTML table works the not it's not column specific, it's row specific. I mean, we give rows, not the columns. We don't give, though a row will always have columns, which are inside rows. So the row is the parent element of columns, not the column, because we can go the other way also. Like we can have first column and then we can have rows inside that columns. Like we can have this first column, let's say, and we can also have rows inside them. But I mean that's a way to make a table. But HTML supports the other way. It makes a row first, and inside a row we give the columns.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you Ramchandraji and Irasto and Maheshwariji, if you will please make a row of a table of 2 rows in which we give the data of different animals. Let's say a parrot and a zebra, and we can give columns as the color of their what properties they may have, like how many legs they have, anything you want. Just please, any data, any kind of data. Please make a table on your screens, and if you face any problem on the go right now, we'll discuss. Please make a table with only 2 rows. I mean, it will have 3 rows, only 2 records.
Okay.
Yes, the first one will be the heading. I mean, like the animal's name or whatever data you want, like the type of furniture, anything. So it will have 2 records, like this one.
We have to do it now, Nilesh.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, please do it, and share your respective screens as soon as you complete it, and also try to give the CSS also, like what I did. I'm unable to get the blue border, which I'll figure out why it's not showing up.
Okay.
Let me see. Just give border to the TH or TD we use, and the whole table also, so that it looks fine. So Ramchandraji, are you doing it?
Yeah, people.
Okay. The topmost parent is the table. Then we have rows tr, and inside tr we give the column. And for it, let's say we have 6 minutes.
కావాలంటే వాడే కదా అదే నాకు వాయిస్ వాడాలనుకుంటున్నాను